Hey, what's going on, everybody? How you doing? We'll go ahead and get started. So today I'm going to be working on, yes, that's right, one more already existing tattoo. It's one I've been meaning to color in for quite a while, and honestly, I just haven't really had the time. I guess that's the best way of putting it. I don't think that's the best way to put it. I was waiting for it to heal up as best as I possibly could. So. Um, I think it's in pretty good shape now. So we'll go ahead and get working with it, and see how it goes. I It doesn't have a whole lot of color. Let's see, maybe five or six. But it's the Mr. Toad tattoo from back in the day. He's a rather large piece though. So and there are various shades, like two, three shades of green, a red. There's a little bit of white for highlighting, and some a couple of shades of pink. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with the red first. I've already poured it out. Kind of made a little bit of a wash, not like very, very, very strong wash. So it's not, it's barely a wash. And it's mostly because I'm cheap. But I've got three different needles that I'm going to try using today. And for this red, let's see if we can actually get the camera on this. I might have to move it around just a little bit before I start talking to you guys too much about what it is I'm gonna do. Here's what I'm gonna do. But um, so a couple of the things that I'm gonna be working with. I mean, these are all mags that I have out. No, I got two mags and a round liner, so not too big of a deal. Um, and the red seems to take up pretty much the most space. Let me see if I can get this kind of in frame for you guys so you can see what it is I'm talking about. Yay, it's Mr. Toad. Totally excited. That's funny. So wrong. You're weird. All right. So I'm gonna try. I've never tried one of these little guys. This is it's like a little mag. So it's got 9 needles, standard 12 size needles, but it's got 9 of them. It says. I don't believe it. It looks more like 5. But it says 9, and no, it's a curved mag. Maybe 8. I don't know. Where's the ninth? Oh, well, maybe there's 5 on bottom, 4 on top. Why don't you focus? That's ink, by the way. Not my blood, not yet. And in preparation for this, I did go ahead and shave. We got that knocked out, so that's good. And then yeah, all I need to do is just add a little bit of this stuff to help keep that swelling and irritation down, and also to catch any excess ink, as I'm sure that there will be, because I am fantastic at just tossing ink all over the place, just throwing it however I see fit, just making it mine. All right. So I'm not really going to beat around the bush too much. Not really going to tell too many stories or anything about Mr. Toad. You guys already heard the Mr. Toad story, or several stories. So this is I'm going to be using this pen style doohickey here, and I do have a reference. Oh man, I'll put way too much of that stuff on there. It is on my iPad, so you might see me stop, and I might have to, like, do the lock screen, um, since the touch my fingertip thing doesn't work. Oh my gosh! Come on, come on! I really, like, this thing was sticking out like way too far, so I'm just trying to adjust it, which looks ridiculous. And down here, it's like I'm gonna get kicked off Twitch for sure, but no, I'm just adjusting the mag. All right, okie dokie. So there's no, like, I could pretty much dive in anywhere I want, but I'm gonna do it the right way and start at the top. I am going to just kind of work my way down, see where this goes. See where this goes. I think it's going to be any kind of surprise. It will not be a surprise. I hope. Um, looks so bloody. Promise you, and I don't know like what the deal is. Like, I've got like a really slow hand. I'm really, I'm not terrible. Like, I'm not the most gentle whenever it comes to this. Like to myself, really to anyone else. I imagine, but I don't baby myself. So I try really hard to make this work. And for whatever reason, I just need to like watch more people do this because I'm the worst at coloration. Like it is just just the pits for me. Because I always end up like just missing so much. And it doesn't have to be that way every single time. It most certainly is. Now, having never used one of these particular size mags before, it's 9. See, look at that. Look how spotty that is. Like having never really used one of these, I can go ahead and tell you like my initial experience is that it is not painful, hardly at all. Um, like I mean, really, like this is like probably one of the least painful um, things that I've done to fill. Can't really tell you why. I mean, it's still a bunch of needles. Still doing needle things, guys. We're still messing with needles. So I can't really. I don't really understand why this would be any less painful, but sure enough, it is. It's actually kind of calming. I'll be honest with you. Like this is legit. Like if I ever have another use case for one of these, like I will not hesitate to hop on this train because this is it's actually really nice. Hey, what's up, Turkey Noodle? How you doing, man? Good to see you. I'm gonna go ahead and since this is totally not at all uncomfortable, I'm gonna go ahead and just carry on. Let's go ahead and see if we can get a good trace here of the trace, but go around this little green hand, whatever, from this toad. So I'm coloring in Mr. Toad, Turkey Noodle. I know you're already familiar with the story. Um, you've seen the tattoo up close and personal. You already know what's up. But yeah, I'm using a pretty small Magnum cartridge. Normally, like for whatever reason, like the only ones I've ever purchased not in a pack, I guess not in a like a variety kind of pack or whatever, were the larger ones. I think the lowest one that I got was an 11 as far as like how many needles there were, and this one's a 9. So, and man, I tell you what, it is not uncomfortable. I I mean, I still suck at coloring in, but uh, this thing really does a good job. Like, yeah, living the dream. Always. You know what that's like? I too have lived a dream. I too have lived a dream. I don't know if you can hear me. My head is down, and I know that that generally is like that bothers y'all because y'all are like, I can't understand what you're saying. You're mumbling. I'm not really mumbling. I mean, well, okay, sometimes I am, but like I'm actually talking quite clearly, but it's just not clear enough for you guys because y'all got sensitive ears and or insensitive ears. Going to doing crazy stuff, going to the club or whatever, knocking them eardrums out. Meanwhile, I'm here tattooing myself, wondering why. Like, I really hate that I can never get that close to things that I these things that I tattoo. No, I'm gonna have to go in here with a round shader and fill this stuff in. This is like one of the ones that I did before I started falling in love with the bold outlines. So um, I can't get as up close and personal with the outlines as what I want. And so you can see like, this thing like sprays out ink. Uh, and so it looks like whenever I'm like close to the line, like it looks like I'm on it or over it. So it's just, I'm trying really hard not to get to that point where, I don't care if I'm on it, like it's already got black built in there. This can be black, or this can be red. I'll just go and darken it up. Kind of talking to myself there, but I'm talking to you guys. Sorry about that. Should only talk to you guys, not myself. What I have to say to myself is that's between me and me. The conversation between two or more crazy people. Sorry, I totally moved that so that I would be able to see a little bit better. And what I do, I knocked you guys right on out of the picture. Yeah, I'm glad you came to watch the stream of like nothing. Um, Welcome to the stream that could have been a podcast. You just gotta trust. You just gotta trust me that I'm tattooing something. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. What we got there? That's a thumb. Definitely don't want the thumb to be red. So we're gonna keep all this focused as possible on being red. All right. So yeah, I don't want to put down this. I don't want to put down this mag because I really do like it. I enjoy it. Like this thing's awesome. This thing's great. 10 out of 10 would do this mag again. Something. Let's see. That is collar. Nope, that is a lapel. So the lapel is also red. Saved me a little bit of work. Not a known, but now I do. Do what one does whenever they have a red lapel on a frog, toad, toad, toady frog, froggy toad. Oh gosh, that was horrible. That was horrible. That was a horrible pass. Definitely missing those big old thick lines right about now. Red is red is legit.
Glad I don't really have a bad reaction to red. And just keep it at white for reactions to white color.
All right, before I turn that part of my leg into hamburger. Hamburger. I'm gonna go ahead and go over here and do this sleeve of this jacket. It's also a nice colorful red. As per the cartoon itself, I want to keep it as close to source as possible, right? And what do you have if you're not keeping it close to the books or the movie? In this case, most especially the movie. Halloween is coming up, so this is actually included in a Disney Halloween special. So I believe it was actually featured on Disney Plus last year, maybe. So keep your eye out. Keep your eye out, so that you guys can also enjoy. What the hell? So you guys can also enjoy a little, crazy, crazy toad in your life. I'm not exactly sure why this was so damn colorful. I mean, not a lot of things. Maybe just to bring contrast to what a colorful individual character Mr. Toad is. You know, not to get not to get too into the whole literary aspect of movies, whatever. Wait, it's got to be better. It's got to be better. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. All right. The Don't see too many giant gaping areas. I mean, I got some small places where this mag isn't going to reach. As far as solid coverage, we are definitely making the rounds here. So, and without beating up the skin too bad. Awesome. The smoother this can be done, the better. I do see a couple places that don't look too solid uh, on the other side. I'll get to. Just go over them one more time before I switch over to the shader, the round shader to those tinier bits. I want to make sure that that red is
really I want to make sure this is really saturated, which sounds weird because I said I'm using a wash, so why would I try to saturate it? But the color, I want the color to be saturated. But the reason that I'm actually using the red is because, or the wash, is because the actual time period for the cartoon, it's like this 1950s. So they didn't really, tried to have bright colors, but it wasn't as vibrant as what we have now. So I mean, a little thought process, a little method to my madness there. All right, it's definitely that's definitely better. Uh, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and switch over to that round shader, and this is a fairly decent size one. I mean, I've used this for lining before. It's not the boldest outlines that I've done, but this is one that I do use fairly regularly for. That's a good. It's actually a good length out. For starting the bold outlines. A lot of the times, my bold outlines are shaped. So, meaning that I actually go in and try to make two lines, like one on the outside, one on the inside, and then go in and fill those two lines in to make one bold outline. Oh, and I could have gone in and worked this a little bit, make it, to give it a bold outline, but I didn't want to. I didn't want to, revisit this, uh, you know, just to outline it and then revisit it again, to color it in. So, and also that bold outline it's not authentic, not authentic to the illustration. So, not how they drew Mr. Toad. That's not how I would color him. Start pushing buttons with my tray, my two-colored tray. Oh my gosh, that almost almost there, almost there. Funny the amount of time I spend on these details. Damn well, 90% of the people that see this don't know who the hell Mr. Toad is. It's a sad world.
Sad, sad world. I'm gonna give this a little rinse. Been wiping it pretty good, but a rinse. We'll put another light coating of salve on here. That is it's beautiful. Go ahead and rinse this one out. And I think we'll go for the next. Yeah, we'll use this to do his bow ties. Bow tie's a darker green, so I want to go ahead and get that out so that I can mix some of the lighter greens as I move forward. But you can see his bow tie is teeny tiny. And yeah, so go ahead and get that real quick. Yeah, a lime green, that's not what we want. It's not quite lime, more of a pastel. So we'll throw down this lime a little bit here. And I'm going to add 2 drops of white. See how that mixes up. It's a crazy man. 1, 3, 4. I meant I'd add 4 drops of white. That's what I meant to say. 2's for suckers. Didn't really make a whole lot of difference. I'm sure it will. I just got to stir it for a second. Do to do do to do do to do. Sorry. Essentially, I'm going to be using this green and just adding more and more white to it. So might as well go ahead and start the job now. Eventually, like it should be like a really, really light green. Okay, well that's not too bad. I mean, we'll start with that. We'll move forward from there. All right, let me go ahead and load up this thing and go ahead and get this guy banged in there good. Cat knows I'm on stream, so it's time to act like an idiot. Dad, look how loud I can be. Meow! Dad. The worst. Terrible cat. Great dog. Saturation in there. Yeah. Green bow tie. Now, that. You know what though? He did have some crazy, like crazy eyes. There might actually have been some green in there as well. I have to double check. Okay. Very good. So what I'm doing is I'm taking this green top hat and I'm putting about half of it into another top hat. Where I'm adding more white. Lots more white. Because his pants are green and his vest is green, but they are a lighter green, like a more subdued green than his like each one of them is more subdued than the other. So I'll go with what's up, crazy cat? What are you doing, man? Why are you making my life hard? Okay. Hey, get out of here. That's about the color. That's a good color. It's good color for the pants. So I'm gonna take like half of that. Not even. I'm gonna put a little less than half of that. All right. And to another top hat. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that's what I'll use for the vest. And just to keep these from like getting that crazy film, I'm gonna add my dilution stuff that I use to dilute. Or you want to call it diluting agent to those. And go ahead and what did I say first? Pants. I think I might actually be able to use this mag again. That'd be pretty sweet. Maybe rinse it out first. Still got red in it. You've got red on you. Any Shaun of the Dead fans? That's okay. I understand. We can't all love classic movies. Some people just don't have taste. That's okay. I mean, it's fine. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Like getting this. I got this new. I got this new cable, and I was like, yes, it's thicker and more awesome, but it's also like thicker, so it's a little bit more difficult to mess with. All right, here we go. With your green pants there, buddy. You know what? Did that not stir? Well, I feel like that didn't stir well. Here we go. Let's try that again, shall we?
May have deleted this a wee bit too much. Shame. Damn cat Olympics in here. Yeah, that's way too diluted. All right. It's fine. It's fine. Figure it out. Try the sun first. Ooh. Yeah, all I proceeded to do that last bit was really kind of just piss my skin off. Um, Maybe it'll be a little bit more willing to comply now that it knows what I'm willing to do to it. Aha, skin, take that. Better. Much better. Yes, but more time. Real quick. Looks like I got some pretty solid coverage there. One green leg and crotch, toad crotch area. Hell yeah. Definitely, like this mag is this cartridge is fantastic. Like the size is freaking awesome. As long as you're careful, you can definitely put ink where it belongs. That's pretty cool. I like that. Okay. Kind of an odd color right now, more brownish color because the green is mixing with me. So yeah, that's unfortunate, but um, yeah, it happens. Hey, and his hat, I like the same color as his pants because he's a stylish character. Right? I mean, when I'm wearing pants and a hat, I prefer if they matched. But when I'm just wearing a hat, like, it's all out, like whatever I want. why I'm avoiding this part. I think because, like it's not really supposed to be green, but I'll go back in with shadow a bit and fix that up. I could have used a bigger set of needles on this, but I mean, really, seems to work pretty good. There's not a whole lot of irritation in the skin, so I'll keep it. Let me give that a little spray before I move on, because this whole bit is like not gonna be stoked. Amount of fun that I've put into it. All right, a little bit on the edges here. Fantastic. It's not bad. Not too shabby. All right. Give a tiny bit of a rinse. I don't have to rinse too much because I'm just going with another green. This will be a much lighter green. Actually, yes, this will be a much lighter green. Bit of a white there. All right, so give my leg a second to not go completely crazy. Apply some more of this stuff to it. Stave off, stave off the bleeding a little bit. Kind of pull down the irritation a little bit. And no stuff. All right, and then we'll do a little bit of his vest. The red on the leg. No, that's actually not. It's neither one. So that's that's me. That's the color of me. That's me adding my own ink to it. So it's a little bit bloody. Um, it's not bad though. Just because I did that one leg. So I put the the color that I initially started with. It was so watered down. The wash was way too thin, so it looked like I was putting the color in. It's kind of like whenever I work with white, it looks like I'm putting it in, but then whenever I wipe it away, it doesn't show up. So I had to go back over that particular part. I think I know what you're talking about. Let me go ahead and throw this up here, so we can see. But you're talking about like this part. Yeah, I had to go over that like three more times than I did any of these other parts. So also there's a small it's like a small like I don't know uh, irritation on the skin there, but yeah, that's just where I had to go over it a lot. So um, I'll keep an eye on it and keep it nice and whatever. But yeah,
it's not spread. It's not ink spread from the coat or anything. So yeah. Thanks for looking at it though. Like I'm gonna feel uncomfortable about the next couple of things that I do here because uh, there is white. Not I'm not coloring white. I'm gonna leave the skin color white, but then there's also like a really light pink, which I would think that I would be really light pink. So I'm gonna keep the skin color as white, and then the light pink I'll actually do, but I'm probably gonna do it as a no. I'll just go ahead and mix it. I'll just go ahead and say yeah. We'll go ahead and do a light pink, because I got the red for it already out that I can make, so it's not that big of a deal. All right. Nope, don't worry, man. I know. I see. I can see all the way through my camera, across whatever internet lines need to be crossed to see your concern all the way from here. So don't worry. Don't worry. I'm not gonna not gonna do it. Whew. Well, that is a feeling. It's like your skin just kind of forgets. Whenever you take a break, it's like, oh yeah, pain. I don't like it. I'm gonna check this one little part here. As soon as I feel like I've got a decent amount of coverage, I'm gonna check it to see if that wash is too thin. If it is, then um, it's mighty. It's not like it's too thin. As much as it is, it's not quite green enough. So I'm just gonna add just a little bit more green. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know it's my leg, but it's my leg, and I say that, but it's also kind of, like I feel like it's kind of, even though I don't have like a lot of viewers or anything, I feel like it's kind of also my rep, like, oh hey, watch out for this guy. He's the guy that will totally destroy your leg whenever white is involved. And that's not true. It's not true. Okay, what? I'm gonna come back around shaded on that part, and probably this part here as well. But might as well try to hit it since I'm already here. All right, we'll just get what we can. It's a little bit lighter. It's a little bit lighter. So this is like a really light, like minty kind of green. Do that. Um, So I am going to be very careful with it as though it were white in the sense that I'm going to try not to overwork. Um, that's hard for me. That's really hard. I like to make sure that things are saturated. For whatever reason, even though I don't feel like I'm doing any damage here, it is not appreciating this. Only a little bit bloodier than normal, but that's okay. Who needs it? Blood anyway. Besides vampires. I'm not a vampire. No, the vampires. It's my own business. So what? I like to turn into a bat, fly around. None of your business. I have to say, this is for somebody that doesn't, like to do color a whole lot. This is a bit of color. Some really interesting combinations. Irritation there, but overall, um, looks like it's supposed to. I'm going to just kind of rinse this out real quick. Probably end up using this again for another color. So far, I haven't used the larger mag, which is that's fine by me. I'm going to have to use this round shader again, just to make sure I get around these edges pretty good. This, and you can see, like, there's so much me in this. It's fine. Said I don't want to, like, well, yeah, get on the floor. I'm not gonna go back over it just because I can't see the color. I'm learning my lesson on that. You see, I'm just going around these edges a little bit just to make sure, like around the tip of the cane, bow tie, some of the tighter areas that I just couldn't really fit that mag in there comfortably with because it's a big old cartridge. And then on the edges, you can see where I'm not bleeding yet. It's generally not the way that I would like to know that I'm missing color, but it is very light and there is some skin irritation. So that's a pretty good indication. Right there. All right. Be really careful with this because that is a lot of, even though it's a color, there is white in there. So we'll have to watch that a little bit. But Anywho, let's go ahead and work on setting up this pink real quick, because that will take care of the hands and his face. I don't know why the toad is pink, but toad is pink. So they showed us pink. We'll go with it. Sounds good. I can I can get behind it because that's what the animators did. So ooh, not enough. Who knows? Make a good color for the inside of his mouth. This is crazy. This is not how I normally do. All right, let me go ahead and rinse this. Looks like I already did, maybe. Oh, past me is very happy with future me on that. All right, so I think this will be a good color for his tongue.
Get that done.
Maybe. That like
This I should probably be using a larger needle grouping for, but not a big fan of using such a small shader on such a large area. Now I've done it before. I'm sure I'll do it again, but it's just not my favorite thing to do. I just feel like the waste of too much a waste of time. Like be doing I could be done with it by now. And I'm not. And I'm not.
It's so close, so close. Yep, that's bester. Okay, so I got to go a little bit lighter on. Deal. Stir that up. Balls. Almost bubble gum, but not quite bubble gum. It'd be just fine. All right. I'm gonna give my leg a rinse of the good stuff. Right now, it looks like Mr. Toad got punched in the mouth. That did not happen. Cool. Could help with the healing process there. Okay. All right, there, Mr. Toad. Nice big bout of color. Visiting that. And give this rinsed out. Sorry about that. So this should look like hardly anything at all. Pretty scary. Putting the cartridge in there and keeping an eye on it as best as I can. I'm a little frightened because this is a pretty light pink, and light pink does look pretty white. I don't want to do that again. I don't want to make that mistake again. Ah, all right. It's a little bubble gummy, but not too bad. It'll fade. It'll fade. This is crazy. What? Hey, man, some people can go and just buy light paint. Some people got to mix their own. But again, that will fade rather quickly. That what just happened there? Oh, I see. Okay. Get these hands.
Come get these hands. Around this mouth just a little bit. Let's do it. Clear it and color is buttered up to the edges and go through all that line work just to, you know, just for fun. I don't want to go up to the line. I wouldn't do the line work on it unless I was trying to do something fancy with highlights. At that point, my skill level just yet to get too fancy with highlights. I gotta put them in myself.
My ankle's starting to get a little
Being at this weird angle. Dude, little Sunny Wonder would call me out like that. Everyone just making fun of the.
just mix. You just mix red with white. Yes, I mix white. That's what pink is.
Now you just walk into the store and be like, "Hey, got any of that Mr. Toad skin colored pink?" Believe me, I've tried.
City to look at me like I'm crazy.
That they're the crazy one. What I'm talking. Know what they're doing.
Like the worst Christmas commercial ever.
Hey kids, like Mr. Toad? Yeah. I think. Wish I could have a room the color of Mr. Toad. Toad pink. Ask for it by name.
Wipe, wipe. One more hand, and then we'll work on some shadows. Get down. Not while I have 1,000 round a minute needle in my hand. Crazy? Commercials. You mean YouTube ads? Right. Man, Mr. Toad looks like murder happened. So much blood. So much of my own blood. All right. Now, whew, it's true. Golden, golden era of childhood, aka the golden era of Republican capitalism. We sell more toys. Oh, we'll just make entire shows based on toys. Hmm. They did. They still are, just in kind of a different way. All right, what am I doing here? Do a wee bit of black. Oh my gosh, he was just looking rough. Yep, yep. Don't worry, Mr. Toad. You will heal. I really want to use one of these. So I bought like a ton of these medium size. This is actually one of two bags of medium size top hats. I only got a few of these tiny ones, but I don't want to pour out a lot more ink. Definitely, definitely going to be hurting in the ink department if I keep that up. So I got this black. Yes, I've got a white. Actually, no, I don't have to use white. Got an idea. First, I'm going to go ahead and do the black. Be helpful if I actually poured it. It turns out, as stylish as Mr. Toad is, still just walks around in plain old black slippers. Toad, the first thing that people look at is your shoes, my man. Well, if they're looking to judge you, your shoes.
mean, they could be, but they look more like black socks with white leggings. Guess that flew back then, but you know, it's not what we do. It's not what we do now.
One shoe. I wish I would have started with this other one because
Body is his ankle's like, what the hell are you doing to me, man? The way it's been twisted all night.
now. Now then, I thought we made a crazy mess. Um, I need nothing too big. We're just gonna go for a little bit of shadowing and very tiny bit highlight. Not using white, using super cool, crazy hot pink. So it probably won't show up first until it heals. And start with highlights. It's already got some pink in here already. Hot pink. It's not hot pink. It's showing up as hot pink because my blood makes it look hot pink, but it's not hot pink. It's not. All right. And I'm going to be down quite a bit. This should be fairly subtle. Be here on the sleeve. To
Sorry guys, like I know I'm just kind of mumbling now. This is my like Bob Ross like talk about happy trees and stuff. Like this is kind of my version of it where I'm like, oh, there's a shadow right here. maybe a little light right here. Oh, dappling of the sun might hit in this area.
As soon as I wipe, I can see it. I can see it. But unfortunately, just have to wait. Thank you. I should totally talk in a absurdly accurate British voice while I do this. Piss somebody off. At some point in time, they'll be like, "You're making fun of me, mate," and I'll be like, "No, man, no." You know, I forgot a very important thing, but I'll get to it. I have time believing that my skin is being such a jackass right now. Shadow in his hat. Things are just getting weird on Mr. Toad now. It's weird. All right. One more color. It's very small color, but important nonetheless. I don't even know. Yeah, but I've used this. I've used this. All right. Brown. Got a cane, bro. And what's crazy is even though it has a little topper on it, it's wood. So whole thing brown. Whole thing. Or maybe, I don't know. Whatever Toads uses. Canes. I'm not judging. Who am I? What kind of jerk? Jerk and judge. Jesus. Little bundle of nerves right there. We go over to the window. We're getting there. Hey, dude. Yeah. It doesn't look too bad right here. And here. A little bit too light right in that area, but that's okay. I think we got it. I think we definitely showed that. And what's up? All right. Solid rinse. Whole thing. So I can see of what the color will be. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. So before the blood all rushes back in, I think the shadows and then these highlights, I don't know if you can see right just on the tops of the sleeves, like it's the kind of thing that I like. So this pink will fade. The green will fade a little bit. Even the black shadow that I put on the legs, all this should fade a little bit. I like the vibrancy of the coat, but I think overall, um, I'll revisit it in a couple of weeks. I'll definitely go in. I'm going to do a little bit more research to see what the accurate colors are for his crazy eyes. I think it's like pink and green and blue or purple and blue, or I don't know. I'll find out and then I'll fix that. But it'll be good to give this a couple of weeks just to kind of heal up, and that'll be that. But thanks, guys, again showing up. I mean, it's a Monday. You guys have much better things to do than you know watch this, I'm sure. But I appreciate you guys showing up. Definitely make my Monday a lot better. And yeah. All right, man. Yeah. School. You guys have a good night, and I will see you tomorrow. Peace.